Hey, so I love my camera, the Panasonic G7. Um, Everybody's saying that it doesn't matter what camera you're shooting with. The most important thing is what's in front of your camera, and I do agree with that. We just need to know the limitations that we have when dealing with these non-cinema cameras or DSLRs. In my case, the Lumix G7. We do not have a V-log like the GH4, so we do have less information. We cannot deal with those crazy flat profiles. So we need to find ways to maximize our dynamic range. And I am not an expert. I'm a beginner filmmaker. But I want to show you today how to get just a regular shot like this and transform it into a more cinematic, and there is no right way or wrong way to do it, but just follow me in today's episode to show you how to get better color correction and color grading on the Panasonic G7. Okay, so here we are in Final Cut Pro 10. I'm using MacBook Pro. I'm a Mac user, so it doesn't matter what software that you're using. All we're doing is my color correcting and color grading process. How we're gonna turn this image is this is how it came from the camera. So we're gonna go ahead and try and apply a color correction, then do a color grading and get into looking more cinematic, more pleasing to the eye, and now more. I mean, it looks like it came from a video camera. That we want to make it look more stylish. So with that being said, I have here to my left a video scope. You can turn that off and on with Command 7 in Mac, give you more real estate. And we're gonna go ahead. I like to have that on just because I know the information that I have. There's a scale here from 0 to 100. As you can see, this video is overexposed, and I lost that information. Is gone right there. You can see the skies are not gonna have details, and that's because I don't have an ND filter. But I could have better exposure, but I did what I could. Anyways, this is what we have, and this is what we're gonna work with. First thing we're gonna do is a color correction. I just go to my timeline, and then I click. It's just different ways to do it. You can choose a color correction from here, from the color correction tab, from the video effects, or you can just go to this tab right here and say show color board, and we're gonna go to the exposure. That's where we're gonna go. So let's see a part of the video where we're gonna want to set we want to see the reference to do the color correction. And first thing we're gonna do is exposure. I like to try a little bit with the blacks, taking it down a little bit. Let's see. I think we're good with the blacks, with the dark parts of the video. Definitely we need to go back. This part right here is the highlights. We need to take it down a little bit, and I'm gonna play a little bit with the midtones to see what can I go down, or if I can need to go up. It's too much, so I'm gonna keep it around there. I'm gonna maximize it, and we can see it's getting a little better. Let's do a before and after. Take that off. You can see it's a little bit better exposed. The light is better exposed. So that's my first color correction that I do, is the exposure. Then I add another color correction. This time I take it from here. It's gonna be my second color grading, and this one right here, it's my first color correction. This is the one we're gonna work right now. So we're gonna go there, and I like to try this automatically from Final Cut, and I like to go and balance color to see if it helps me. I don't really like it. It's very important to know that when I design my shots, I get closer and closer to the color that I want. So this is exactly how I wanted it. So I don't want to mess too much with the with the white balance. You know, I'm okay. I'm happy with that. That's just the look that I do want. But anyways, let's work now to let's apply a LUT. Many people ask me, what LUTs do you use? I use a set of LUTs from Color Grading Central, and I use this application here called LUT Utility. It's pretty nice. It costs around $60 everything. The Osiris LUTs and the program to use it in Final Cut Pro 10. You could just buy the LUTs and use it directly in other softwares. But this time, I'm just gonna throw the LUT right here, and I'm gonna get another tab here under the color correction, and I'm gonna choose my LUT. For those of you who don't know what a LUT is, LUT, it stands from lookup tables. It's pretty much a set of colors that are preset for an image that you can helps you a lot in the color grading, so you don't have to do everything from the ground. And different styles that they in this case, these emulate films from vintage cameras before everything went digital like now. So you need to know the difference. The log LUTs that we have here, LOG, those are for videos that are shot in with log profiles. Like GH4 has a vlog, or the Sony cameras, advanced cameras have that type of format, so you can record your video. In our case, we have the Rec 709. That's what we're going to be using today. Let's say, for example, I want to use a log. You're gonna see it's gonna just destroy my image. It's just too much. It's just not right. It's just not cool. So I like to use my Rec 709. My two favorites are Osiris M31, and you can see immediately it gives me a more cinematic. It kind of goes with that. And I like the Kodak's Rec 709 as well. It's pretty similar. Not gonna change too much, but those two are my favorites. You can play with different looks. There is no right way or wrong. This is about taste. So in this case, I'm gonna try two more. Let me try this Vision X, because this is just for a tutorial for my process. I'm just gonna go with my favorite. Let's say the Kodak Rec 709. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's go big screen, and I'm okay with that. You can change the intensity. There's nothing, and because it was kind of intense, the colors already, so I got that. So now we're gonna throw another color correction into the timeline for the saturation and the last color grading. So I'm gonna play with the general saturation. If I go all the way up, that's too crazy. that's one thing you need to know when you're color correcting or color grading, especially the Panasonic G7 or any DSLR. You cannot go too crazy with this stuff, because if you go too extreme, we don't have space, we don't have the information to be doing crazy color gradings. These cameras are not designed for that. If you have a cinema camera or you're shooting RAW, you have more room to do changes. So in this case, the saturation, you can go all the way up, all the way down. I'm gonna increase it a little bit. That's enough for me. And then color, let's see. I like to go. This is a little bit warm, so I'm gonna cool it out a little bit. I'm gonna move my highlights to blue. And you can see, or you can go down to see. That's too much. So the good thing is just small changes. So I'm gonna go a little bit blue, and let's see the darks. If you go down to red, that's too much. I think this is gonna work fine. A little bit to red. That's working pretty fine. I'm not gonna. This is the general, overall image. So if you go green, change everything. So you don't want to have to deal with that. So I'm gonna leave it right there in the middle. So again, this image was nice colored already. So you know, I didn't have to do crazy color corrections. What else? This is looking pretty good. Again, Final Cut Pro. I'm using everything from Final Cut Pro 10. I'm not using any advanced color grading software where you can change all other parameters of the image colors, like hue, colors, and all that. I want to show you something else. Here, this video scope is really good to use it, so you know how things are going. You can see here red, green, and blue. I'm okay with that. The green, of course, this was a natural part, so the green is winning right here. But these three colors, you want to keep it balance it out almost at the same level. But again, it all depends how do you what look you're looking for. The vector scope is very important to use it. It's gonna help you. In this case, I don't care about skin tones or anything like that, as long as it looks good in my eye. If I'm being specific, but these are tools that are very important to keep an eye on it, because in that way you know you're not doing something crazy. Because the things can look one way in my monitor, but if you see here that things are going too crazy in this vector scope, you know that you're doing something wrong. Again, this is not advanced color grading. All these parameters, we cannot really control it at a very high level with Final Cut Pro 10 tools. I would recommend something else like Color Grading Central for Final Cut, or I don't know, something else. What else? I'm gonna hide this out, and my final point to make this more cinematic is I'm gonna add some letterbox. So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna throw it into the timeline, and my letterbox is here. I'm gonna go ahead to 235.1. You can see different ones. It's too big, so I always choose this one. It's cinematic, but at the same time give me room to see space. Here you see I'm blocking my face, so you can offset that all the way down depending on what you're looking for. It's looking pretty good. Let's move the video a little bit, and that's looking pretty good. The video is kind of going slow because I'm recording this on my computer, but this is how it's looking. Looking pretty good, pretty cinematic. I can add more effects and more things, but This is just my simple process. Let's go to before and after. Let's take all the effects off. See, pretty, that's just a regular video. We go here, it's more cinematic, more pleasant. And again, I don't like to do much of crazy things, you know, with the color grading, like add sharpness and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoy this this video about my color grading process, and the next time I'm going to show you how I set my camera to get the levels that I want to get, the saturation, my contrast, my settings. So that's gonna be in another video. I hope you enjoy it, and see you in the next one.